Hey everybody, it's me, CrazyFrankie, and I'd like to welcome you to my Week 16 4 key game picks. 1 week left of the regular season. Next week, Week 17, the final week. Current standings right now, as of this post, the Texans are the 1 seed, and if they do win their game on Sunday, they will clinch home field advantage. Right now, Denver currently holds the number 2 seed, the Denver Broncos. Denver, obviously, if they win their game, they will pretty much clinch the 2nd seed, and they get that first round bye. The Patriots still clinging to the 3rd seed. The Ravens are the 4th seed at the moment. The Indianapolis Colts and Cincinnati Bengals currently hold the wild cards in the AFC. Now, as far as I know, the only other team that is trying to fight for a playoff spot it's still the Pittsburgh Steelers with a record of 7-7. There's just 1 game back of the Bengals. So that AFC conference is starting to look pretty clear now. So I don't think there's going to be much changes. But by the looks of it now, the AFC looks to be wrapped up. As far as I know, the NFC right now is still a dogfight. Currently, from on my computer, as I see on my screen right now, the Falcons still the 1 seed. If they win their game against Detroit, they will clinch home field advantage. The 49ers right now currently still hold the 2 seed by a thread. And if they win their game on Sunday night, they will pretty much win their division and also pretty much may clinch a first round bye. But this is not yet to be determined at the moment. Well, the 49ers currently hold the tiebreaker right now because the Packers are the 3rd seed, and the 49ers have already beaten them, so pretty much the 49ers would own the tiebreaker. And the Redskins currently still hold a slim lead, and they're basically tied with the Cowboys and the Giants for the lead in the NFC East. The Seahawks currently the 5th seed, and the Vikings are the 6th seeds. The Bears, Cowboys, Giants are pretty much, from what I see now, are the remaining teams left to be vying for a playoff spot. It's gonna get interesting. It's gonna get interesting, folks, down the stretch as we head towards Week 17, the final week of the regular season. Anyways, thoughts from Week 15. Did the 49ers expose the Patriots? I don't know. I don't know if they had the recipe, if they've given the recipe to the rest of the AFC. I mean, last week we already crowned the Patriots as the best team in the AFC to beat. And then going into that game against the 49ers, they ended up getting whooped. So it's really tough to say. I mean, look, the 49ers, they escaped New England with that victory, and rightfully that game should not have been close. They should have blown out New England in Foxborough, and yet they let the Patriots come back. So obviously, from what I look at it, the Patriots, they know how to come back. The problem for everybody now in the AFC is, if you got the Patriots down in a game, you better keep them down. Don't let Tom Brady get back into the game. That's what the 49ers almost let them do. Luckily, the 49ers escaped with a victory. 49ers right now, after the victory, the 49ers already clinched the playoff berth, and all they have to do is just win their game on Sunday Night Football, to pretty much clinch the division in the NFC West. Bears clinched the NFC North, and pretty much that's basically it. I know the Ravens clinched the NFC North division due to the loss by the Steelers against the Dallas Cowboys. And really, right now, down the stretch, I mean, who knows what is bound to happen this weekend and heading towards Week 17. So now, let's get into the key matchups. I'm only going to talk about 4 on this post. The rest of them you're going to find at crazyfrankie56.blogspot.com for the rest of my Week 16 picks. Anyways, my first key game for this weekend is, speaking of the 49ers, it's the 49ers at the Seahawks. Seahawks scoring a total of nearly 120 points in 2 games. Well, I don't know what the recipe is for scoring that much, but against a very good 49er defense, not going to happen. Nope. This is a game that the Seahawks know they're going to be in for a dogfight. Will this be a close game? Yes, it will. 49ers defense will definitely keep them alive in this game. The Seahawks offense, I think, is going to struggle all game long against this defense. And the way I'm looking at it right now, this game could possibly go into overtime. It would not surprise me one bit if it does. But clearly in this game, the 49ers do have the advantage. The defense basically is their key. The offense, look, Wilson's got to get something going here offensively for the Seahawks. If they can't break that 49er defense, this game's going to easily fall into the 49ers' hands. And I know Seattle's a good home team, but I hate to say it. If you're a Seahawks fan, I know you're not going to like this, but I think this is where the home winning streak ends here. I think the 49ers, their defense is just too tough. And I mean, they did a great job against the Patriots, even though they almost choked that game away. I got to say right now, Hans Fernand, the 49ers, they're going to wrap up the division right here. I think, to me, they win here. It'll be a close game, but I think the 49ers, I will pick the 49ers over the Seahawks. 49ers will wrap it up. They'll win the division on Sunday night. Key game number 2, a big one right here, and I'm pretty sure you are going to know I'm going to go with this. It's the Bengals and the Steelers. The Steelers already beat the Bengals the first meeting. Well, that was before the Bengals started getting on a roll. This is a big, big game here. Look, the Bengals right now hold a 1-game lead. But if the Bengals lose this game, Pittsburgh now jumps back to the 6th seed. Jumps back to the 6th seed because they would have swept the season series if Pittsburgh does win this game. It's going to be a very, very close game. Steelers offensively are struggling. That game last week against the Cowboys for the Steelers, I mean, with Ben Roethlisberger throwing that interception in overtime, it really hurt them. And obviously there was a lot of scrutiny in the media, in the Pittsburgh media, regarding the play calling from their offensive coordinator, and Big Ben really was basically the focus from all that media hype from last week, after the game last weekend. And Brent Roethlisberger apologized, but I'm going to be honest here, he does have a right to question their coaching. I mean, I'm really not going to put all the blame on Mike Tomlin, but really right now, I mean, look, the Steelers have had to deal with injuries all year long. Bengals right now, I mean, they control their own destiny right now. Obviously, a win, if they beat the Steelers here, they clinch that last spot. So pretty much the AFC would be all set if the Bengals do win their game against the Steelers. But in a big key game here, I see the Steelers bouncing back here. I think, to me, the Pittsburgh Steelers I think they will beat the Bengals here. The game is in Pittsburgh. The Steelers have already beaten them once, and I'm going to go with the Steelers here. I think the Steelers bounce back here. Their offense will get it going. The Bengals right now, they're going to have to win Week 17 if they even want a shot, and hope that Pittsburgh loses to try to get it. Look, nothing will get clinched here. If the Bengals do win here, they will clinch that last spot. But if they don't, it'll come down to Week 17. But I like the Steelers here. They'll beat the Bengals here. I don't think the Bengals win this one here. The game is in Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers here at home. Key game number 3. Giants and the Ravens. Ravens are on a losing streak, but they already clinched the AFC North Division. Their offense is struggling. And same thing with the Giants. I mean, they got their ass handed to by the Falcons last week, getting shut out. And the way it's looking right now, I mean, you could say right now the season is on. Well, look, the Giants' season is on the line right here if they don't win this game. But they're going to need a lot of help. They got to hope that the Redskins lose and the Cowboys lose next weekend to even reclaim first place. But I like the Ravens' offense is struggling here. The Ravens are already in the postseason. They know it. But really right now, I like the Giants here. The Giants, I think they're going to bounce back here. I think they'll get their offense going. I mean, really, Baltimore's defense kept them in the game, but really, their defense really let them down against the Broncos. Peyton Manning basically just outplayed them, and he just shredded their defense last week. And who's to say that Eli Manning's going to do the same thing? This is the reason why I'm going to go with the Giants here. I think the offense will bounce back here. I think they'll still be alive for a playoff spot. I like the Giants here. I'm going to go with the Giants over the Ravens. The Ravens are struggling, and to me, they're just going to have to hopefully wait for Ray Lewis to get back as soon as possible to be ready for the playoffs. 4th key game. It's the Cowboys and the Saints. Now, Saints pretty much are out of playoff contention by the looks of it, even though mathematically they are still alive. This is going to be my upset pick here. The Saints are still the Saints going down the stretch, I mean, they really need to... I kind of see them going down the stretch, they don't want an under 500 record. I think, to me, they're going to finish the season 8-8. And the way it's looking right now, why by looking at are they? Yeah, right now they're 6-8. I'm sorry about that. I had to look at my computer going into the standings. Yeah, they have 8 losses. I think the Saints are going to win their next 2 games. I like the Saints here to beat the Cowboys in an upset here. Cowboys, I know, are fighting for a playoff spot, but the Saints pretty much have had their number. And really, right now, the Saints are pretty much playing for a 500 record. And Drew Brees in that offense, they'll get it going. They basically beat the crap out of Tampa Bay. And the Cowboys, I think they got a much tougher task. I mean, they have to beat the Saints in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. If they lose this game, they're done. They're done. Because even if it comes down to Week 17, I don't think if the Cowboys lose to the Saints, I think pretty much it is over. They will not. They won't have enough to catch the Redskins and the Giants for the NFC East. I think, to me, they were lucky to win that game against the Steelers last week, but I think pretty much in this game here, their luck runs out here. I think the Saints will beat them in an upset. I have more key games to talk about, but the rest of it's going to go on my blog as well as all of my Week 15 picks. So make sure you check out CrazyFrankie56.blogspot.com for all of my Week 15 picks. Sorry about that, Week 16. Sorry about the error, folks. It's Week 16, not 15. 16. Anyways, sorry about the error. Anyways, I'll end this post here, and my final 4 key game video is next week for week number 17, as well as the final weekend of the regular season. The playoffs are almost here, folks. For now, everybody have a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody, and I will see you next week for my final video of the year for the NFL and my picks. So see you next week to talk about my Week 17 picks. Until then, happy holidays.